And I didn't leave until a Sunday morning. I woke up from the sanctuary. I went to work. I came home from work, took a shower, and I went back to the sanctuary. And I stayed on my knees for 7 long days concerning this thing called marriage. And after 7 days, the Lord showed me a vision. And in this vision, I'm going to be real. I'm just going to tell you about it. My wife knows the story. I've told her time and time again. But in this vision, the Lord showed me 3 young ladies. And at the time, there were 3 young ladies that I had, had cordially gone out with, that I knew that I was courting. And boy, I tell you something about the saints, they can sure be missing. They can sure be missing. I'm going to say this and I'm going to digress, because it was after my wife and I engaged. It wasn't long before folk was telling her, girl, I just saw you 2 months ago at the movies. Where all this go? And then I had to clean that up. But the Lord showed me in the vision 3 young ladies. And I don't know who they are. I can only assume they were the young ladies that I was courting at the time. But in this vision, I saw 3 young ladies. And their faces were blurred. I could not tell who they were. And to the right of them was a ring. Looked like a wedding band in the vision. And all the way around the band was shaded a dark color, except for one spot was incomplete in that band. The band was not complete. And as I prayed 2 or 3 more days for the Lord to show me what that was all about, all of a sudden, the young lady in the middle, in the vision, came forward. And her face became visible to me. And it was my wife that I married, going on 11 years next month. And when she stepped forward in that vision and I saw her face, the band complete. And so I knew, without a shadow of a doubt, that was the young lady that God had prepared for me. Now, when you know that part of the story, you'll understand the hardship that I went through to convince her that that's what the Lord said. I think 3 times I asked the woman to marry me.
All right.
And twice she said, it ain't happening. And the 3rd time I took her out to dinner and I said, this is going to be the last time I'm going to ask you this, because this is getting borderline stalking and I don't want to be, I don't want to be known and, sleepless nights and all that stuff. I said, but I said, why we're here, I'm asking you one more time to be my wife. And I said, I don't want you to answer today because I already know what your answer is. We were wonderful friends. I mean, each time, it never did anything to our friendship. And in fact, it was the friendship that she did not want to compromise. She was, her thought was, we're such great friends. We've tried this before. I don't want to go back there. And I told my wife, I said, well, I tell you what. I said, I prayed about it, and I know what God said about it. And I said, now it's your time to pray about it and see what God says about it. And I set a date. I set a time. And I said, if God speaks to you and tells you what he told me, I need you to call me by this date to say you heard what I heard or you didn't hear what I heard. And that was the end of that. Sure enough, within that time frame, she called me. Some things had transpired in her life and had gone on that caused her to really seek God about that thing. And when she called me, she said, and when the phone rang, I picked it up. And for some reason, that time, I just felt it. I knew. And we got to talking. She was talking all around, and I said, did you pray? And she said, yeah, I prayed. And I said, well, what did the Lord tell you? And she was, yeah, you know. The Lord showed it to me. Bottom line was the Lord showed her that I was the one for her. Now, I said all of that to say to you young people that prayer should be the foundation of everything in life that you desire and that you seek to do.